I'm 30 years old. I run a business for salon.
I am 29 years. I sell ladies' clothes and accessories.
31 years. I run the first chocolate processors in the region.
I'm 29 years old. I accepted defeat that this first take, I have failed.
About 50% of young Ugandans aged between 18 and 35 would like to start and own their own businesses. And that's very similar to the numbers that we saw in Kenya, Tanzania and Rwanda, and that we've seen elsewhere in Africa.
I come from a family of 7, and I lost my parents between the age of 8 to 13. I had to join a vocational training school where I learned catering. The first salaries that I got from my first job, I used it to start up a microfinance business.
Well, I wanted to start a coffee roastery. That is literally from growing the coffee, processing, packaging and supply.
Getting jobs in Uganda is a bit hard, and even if you get one, still the money is not enough. You have to have a side income. So that was one of the reasons I started up a salon.
Gipomo is a micro-lending organization that promotes girl child education by financially supporting mothers or parents of girl children to either start up or boost up their existing businesses.
The first challenge was access to the right equipment to produce good quantities to satisfy the market.
Financing is always a big challenge. All the banks that you knock at really don't invite you or give you an ear because they want a background of an existing business that has been running.
They are money lenders, these small money lenders. First of all, their percentages are quite high, their lending rates are quite high, and then the payment periods are quite short.
We are not regulated as banks. We are in a free market economy. We are given room to estimate what kind of interest can I issue this money at, depending on the need and the approach of the client.
Sometimes they'll ask for a lot of things from you and they'll give you too much time. Or even if you try to produce those things, they'll not give you exactly what you need for what you have to do.
I had savings of about 3 million Ghana shillings, and they wanted about 30 tons, and they wanted me to supply it in a period of about 5 months. Of the 5 tons that were sent to the client, they could only take 2 of the quality that we had agreed on. I was spending a lot more than what I was actually making. By March, my bank account, my wallet, all my pockets were blown clean.
Business is tough. It takes many years to build a brand. It takes many years to build a business portfolio. It takes many years to earn the trust of lenders and potential customers. So these are the obstacles that youth fly against right from jump.
Going to talk in the scale might encourage some young people out there, those ones who have ideas but they're not brave enough to just go and say, okay, let me kickstart. Just talking to them might make them get that courage of saying, okay, if this person can do this, then that means I can do it too.
I expect to make friends and to see how we can move our Africa development agenda to another level.
And as a result, someone will be able to put it in practice in their next venture they're interested in doing or starting.
Failure is not an end for me. It is a learning point. And my way forward is learning from all the mistakes and the different failures where I have gone wrong to make sure that my next comeback is bigger than my initial start.
How can we prepare youth for a practical, real-life experience? That means you think analytically, you think on your feet, you collaborate, and you solve problems. So everybody is saying, look, what can we do that changes the game and then turns opportunity to youth in places where people think that government and private sector and formal arrangements are the only places where people can find jobs and meaningful livelihoods. So I think the future is bright, and I think the scale event is going to really demonstrate that Africa is on the cusp of something truly tremendous.